ready to shake things up around here, and that's just what our next guest did when curating more than just a drink mixer with fresh ingredients from the farm. The Simple Goodness sisters, Belinda Kelly and Venice Cunningham, and they're joining us live in studio now. Thank you, ladies, for joining us here.
Thank you so much for having us. We're thrilled to be here.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Now, the Simple Goodness sisters is your official brand, your official company, but before that was the company, we had a farmer, we had a bartender come together. Please tell me the story about how this entire business first developed.
Sure. So I had a cocktail catering business. It was run out of a vintage camper. We traveled around corporate events, weddings, festivals, and we served these farm to bar kind of cocktails, very seasonal, very hyper fresh. And to do that and be on location, maybe on a mountaintop or backstage a bumper shoot, a music festival in Seattle, I needed to have something that was really easy to pour, that had super consistent results every time you made a drink. And so I formulated these syrups. I did that with my sister because she has this awesome farm. She was growing these great ingredients. I couldn't find them elsewhere. I was having a hard time finding things like edible flowers and herbs in the quantities I needed. So she started to grow them. We put together these syrups in the bottle, and Simple Goodness Sisters was born.
And now, voila, here we are, all of these delicious farm-to-table ingredients. Now, let's talk about your farm, Venice.
Yeah.
What did you think when she came to you with this idea?
Well, at the time, I was growing a lot of garlic.
I love garlic.
I know, me too. And I was kind of a big garlic nerd, but we each have 2 kids, and garlic is grown in the fall, and both of my babies are September babies. And so I was like very involved in all the things that new moms do.
Yeah.
And so it was time to plant garlic, and I was like, crap. I don't want to grow garlic this year. And so Belinda's like, well, hey, I need new edible flowers and herbs. And so I was like, we'll give that a shot. And so, because that I have 6 months until I have to do anything. And so we went ahead and let the fields just lay for a month or 2, and then we started prepping for herbs and edible flowers, and now that's what we do. I still grow a little bit of garlic, but...
You're like, but it's not my love anymore.
No, yeah, totally new loves.
That's so cool. So after the 2 of you came together and decided to create this, now what were the steps in creating these new flavors and pitching it to people?
Yeah, so we had actually formulated the flavors through the cocktail catering business, the first 3 that we've released. And what that allowed us to do is, we come from the Seattle area, it's another tech land, and so we would do these festivals for big tech companies that had, 5,000 attendees trying our drinks. So it was like product testing. So we were able to weed out what are the best flavors, what really excites people, what mixes really well, and what gives a cocktail balance in one step. So our drinks, all of our syrups have like a sour component, a sweet component, and then something else extra, a spice or a flower or an herb.
I will say, though, it was totally my idea.
That's right.
At the very first event Belinda did, it was a very big event, and so she's like, I need somebody to help me haul ice, and I'm very strong. And so I was like, I can do that. I'm not great at making cocktails, but that I can do. And so I was there, and everyone just kept talking about how great this one drink was, and it was called the Genevieve, and it has our rhubarb vanilla bean syrup in it. And so I was like, gosh, this sounds so good, like, how did you make it? And she's like, well, I just put a bunch of rhubarb in a pot and vanilla bean. And so I was like, well, I can grow rhubarb, that's easy. And so I was like, maybe we should make these syrups and sell them similar to like how barbecue joint has their special sauce. We have our special syrups. So.
And you brought some of these special syrups today. So can we go through a couple of the drinks that you made and then maybe some of the syrups?
Yeah, so the drinks are really versatile, and you can make drinks for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. And so we made a berry sparklers, which is what we do when we combine it with champagne. We start with a dry champagne and add just a little bit of syrup for a really like juicy, fresh, delicious, and so easy to serve drink. Great for parties. We also did, and those are berry sage and Marionberry mint. And then for our lunch cocktail here, we have a mezcal margarita, and that one we use our lemon herb syrup. So that comes with 4 herbs that we grow on our farm, offset by lemon.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I grow all the herbs.
Yeah, that's my personal fave.
And then as you guys were saying, it's almost fall, so we have our apple pie syrup, and we did that in a bourbon buck. We call it the buck season. And it is with ginger beer, our apple pie syrup, which has cinnamon, vanilla, and our heirloom apples from our farm that we fresh press in a cider. And then we mix it in with bourbon, and that's my favorite cocktail for this time of year.
Ooh, I think that might be the one I want to try. If we can we give it a taste?
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, it is in celebration of fall, and it's a very fall drink.
It's very fall, yes.
We'll join you with our favorite for the
Yes,
holidays.
please
So
do, and we
this
can
is what we make
cheers.
for our family's Christmas morning.
I could see all the bubbly too, the
Well, I want this.
sparkles. She's like, nope.
It's my favorite, I said.
Let's cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers to successful sisters.
Thank you. Cheers to you.
Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, that is so good. The perfect balance between not too sweet, not too strong, but also I could taste the fall colors in there. You said the apple cider, right?
Yes.
And the apples you guys grow?
Yeah.
I can actually taste the apples in there. It's so delicious.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Now
These-
tell me.
Yeah. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Please tell me, what is it like now working together as sisters? Because not everybody has a business with their family out there, right?
We get that question all the time. It's probably the #1 question we get, and it's a fun one to answer because it's just exactly what you would think working with your sister. Like, we fight a lot. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat
Some
it.
days are good. Some days we go home and try again tomorrow.
That's okay, and that's what it's all about. Now, how can people get involved? Do you guys have workshops or anything that people can get involved with?
Absolutely. So we have subscription boxes. They ship to your door every 2 months. It's $55, and it comes with 2 syrups, a garnish, and 3 recipe cards. So you have everything you need to get started making these craft cocktails or mocktails at home. So we should say we formulated these as moms. A lot of people use these syrups for a sober lifestyle. Maybe they're drinking them with their kids. Maybe mom's having a cocktail and their kid is
so you don't
having
have to
a
use it with
non-alcoholic version.
alcohol.
Absolutely.
Got it. And that makes it so much more versatile. Like you said, so many more people can now get in on it.
Yes, so you can go to our website, simplegoodnesssisters.com, and you can sign up for Cocktail Farm Club. We also just have a lot of syrups on there. We keep our flagship line of syrups available year-round, so you can just try 1 or 2 or send them as a gift.
Well, I'm going to give you guys one last cheers, ladies, and thank you so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay. I appreciate it.
having us.
Thanks for having us. This has been so much fun.
For a link to purchase these cocktail syrups, just head to our website at liveinthebay.tv. After the break, Sandy McMillian joins us to share her story and her big plans to give back to those looking for their next meal.